Hey y'all, in today's video I got the 1971 Chevelle, the Tennessee Stomper, built by Garrets Rod Shop out of Columbus. Got a Holcomb interior. We unveiled it up at the Pigeon Forge Rod Run during the ScottieDTV Dirty Dozen. If you were able to catch that, that's this car. Let me get the camera turned around, we'll check it out real quick. Steve, Scotty, what'd you do to this? Boy, 71 Chevelle, you can't beat those, man.
They're pretty nice. Yeah, you're right, you can't beat that Chevelle.
I'll get Carl to tell me about the car. Tell me what y'all did with the interior.
Well, Carl and Ryan come down here together when they dropped off the car. Ryan's the owner.
Right.
And, you know, they had sort of a rendering, you know, like I could see about what they wanted. But then Ryan's like, Steve, just do whatever you need to do to make this thing pop. So, you know, they wanted to use the factory front console. So we used the factory front console and it had the brushed aluminum in it. So I brought some brushed aluminum and continued that same look all the way through the back with the back console. Same brushed aluminum with in the door panels and the back panels. It's real brushed aluminum. You know, it's not cool. Just a cloth or anything like that. So, you know, just tied it all in and made it look like it, you know, it could have been made for it. And he wanted red interior, but he still needed black. So if you look at the car, it looks like it's all red leather interior, but the top of the door panels are black leather. The headliner's black, and the dash is black with red stitching and stuff in it. So when you look in there, all that stuff sort of disappears, and that red and that silver really pops.
Right.
You know, especially with the LED lighting and things like that.
Kind of the interior melts into with the rest of the car, and you pick up your graphic colors and bring it all inside. And yeah, no, of course, you guys nailed it. You gave it exactly what it needed.
Yeah, and of course we did the trunk to match everything. So it turned out really nice. It's a really good looking car. I was glad I was able to get it done for your show, and
me too.
You know, because it unveiled, looked really nice. You did a good shot on the unveiling video, right, so all that was neat.
Right on. No, I think y'all killed it. I'm gonna run Carl down.
All right, Scotty, have a good one.
Thank you, brother. Carl?
Hey, Scotty D.
How you doing, brother?
Good, man.
Good, good. What do you think of that Chevelle?
Well, we're this ecstatic it's here, for one, and getting it done. You know, it's been a little bit of a long-term project in the shop, but it's weird how you think back, you know, when you started, and here we are. Today it's here in the public's eye. So.
And that was cool. We got to unveil it on the ScottieDTV Facebook Thursday morning.
People even back home were texting me like, "Oh, that's cool." You know, they're seeing it. That is neat. You can see it live. So.
Yeah. Now I think that's a big advantage, and I tell people, you know, because they think it's, you know, me putting a big sales pitch on them. No. But I really think that, you know, if you get invited to unveil something at the Dirty Dozen, that's the best opportunity you got.
It's a very good opportunity, for sure.
Because we unveiled 4, but we unveiled them all at one time, separate videos, a very, you know, if you follow Scotty D, you know, I'm all about helping you guys out. So I try to make that the best I can. Tell me what you did to it.
So that car came in and, you know, like most customers will say, well, it's not too bad shape, but no, it was terrible. And even the point where Garrett was like, he goes, did you hit every tree stump and ditch in Tennessee? You know, so that's why it kind of started becoming the name, the Tennessee Stomper, because
it must have been stomping tree stumps.
It was stomping everything except what it should have been. But so we ended up, we took the original chassis and boxed it all in and put Speed Tech and Ride Tech and all, you know, we basically made a Garrett's chassis out of it. Not always our choice, and we won't ever do that again. Not that we wanted to begin with.
Well, that just answered the question I had coming next. Is that the way to do it?
No, definitely. But you know, we can do it. It's just more efficient to let the big.
It's hard to beat a prefab chassis.
Yeah,
you know, with jigs and costs.
You could start a project without even being started.
Right,
you order the frame first. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And a year later, you get it.
Right.
But anyways, so no extensive metal work. We actually had to replace the top at one point. It was really bad. Yeah, it started tin canning. So the car's gone through a lot of restoration in the body itself.
Right.
And then, so from there, like you know, the customer, it's a true SS car, so we wanted to keep that SS theme, put a big block in it, wanted to make sure that it had modern suspension though, and modern feel. And, you know, again, if Chevelle was made today, this is kind of like how it would be in modern times.
It's still the 71 Chevelle, just modern technology.
Right. We kept a lot of the trim, the stainless trim that made it an SS. I'm going with a big block with Edelbrock ProFlow fuel injection. When you look at it, you're like, oh, wow, you know, it's not the LS look and the LT. And those are great, but we just wanted to keep that kind of a theme, and it's something different that we haven't.
Is that really the original motor? What is that?
No, so it's I don't know where it's a Gen 3 big block that was done by H&S Head Service in Delaware, Ohio, where the customer used to live, and he knew of those guys. But it's got Brodix heads.
So had this car been started before it came to you?
It ran and everything. Yeah, he drove it. And
then, he had this big block built for it originally?
Yeah, so once we started the project, he got involved in getting the parts, and he was a parts guy from...
was it originally, what, a 350 car?
No, it was a 450. The 450 or the 396. I don't. Well, 71 would have been 454. Yeah. So it had a big block, but tired and all that kind of stuff. And no, so he had this engine built through a company he knows, and 496, and it's got it's a roller cam engine, and it sounds healthy. It's got that large cube big block sound to it, and
a lot of bass come out of them big blocks. The small blocks are more, and them big blocks like boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Every time that cylinder hits, you can feel the ground.
And love hearing it rev. They did it right, with that and 4L80 GM transmission on it, electronic shift, all that. Went with a 12 bolt. It's actually the original 12 bolt that came out of that, and that was completely rebuilt. And then went through extensive upgrades with gears and limited slips, and so it's a real beefy 12 bolt rear end. Bear brakes.
Wheels and tires?
Billet Specialties, 19 by 10 in the front and 20 by 12 in the rear, so big boys. So,
interior?
Interior's done by Pro Custom Auto Interiors.
Pro Auto Custom.
Pro Auto Custom. Thank you. I've said it 10 times a day. I think I'd have it right. But Steve Holcomb and knocked it out for us. Did a beautiful red leather. We have the Chevelle SS dash and console, and he wrapped that, and just I don't know.
Let me tell you, I can tell you that console. Yeah. There's a lot of work in that.
Oh
console.
Yeah, I was surprised.
He could have probably built 3 custom consoles and the work that it took to make that console
When we
work.
saw it in some pictures, I was like, he wrapped the console, and I was like, holy cow, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, no
because it looks like it's painted on.
He kept telling me when I'd go in there and I'd see it, and I want to see the progression of cars, this and that. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, we're going to have the original console, and I'm thinking, you're going to have a plastic console with all this high-end leather. We're going to wrap it in leather. When he said that, I was like, yeah, let me see that when you see when you get it done. Well, but it was a pain in the neck.
Yeah. Well,
right up there with Prudy's Dash. Prudy's Dash and that Challenger was the next thing. Yeah.
And then we did, and they got them ready for the show.
Right,
so,
exactly.
We did those seats are the buckets that came in, and the hardback seats, and we wanted to keep those. I just think it looks neat, and he put the chrome trim around it, and so when you look at it, everybody we've talked to said, "Wow, this looks like an SS interior, but it's got this modern feel to it." The dash looks like it wraps around with the black, overlay. That way, it like pours into the car, the black paint. It was Exalta paint, deep black. Went with a Good Wrench color theme, the stripes, the gray, and he used to work for Good Wrench. That was his first job. So there's a lot of sentimental value with this car. This is his #1 first car, and this is what he lived for. So
very cool.
It's a cool car, and we'll be going to other shows this summer. We're on the Southern tour right now. We'll hit the Nashville Good Guys, and then
Columbus. You're out of Columbus, so that's a
we'll
big home show.
We'll have Louisville.
People wanting to keep up with what y'all got going on. You have a lot going on. What's the best way to do that?
GarrettsRodShop.com or Facebook or Instagram.
Right
or ScottieDTV.
There you go. Carl, y'all killed another one. Tell Garrett I love his work. I wish he would come out so people would know the guy that I know.
I know, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not Carl's, but
no, it never will be. It's always going to be Garrett's Rod Shop.
I don't blame you. And like I said, I brag about Garrett everywhere I go. I tell people, man, I wish Garrett would come out more and meet people because you see his work.
Yeah.
But you don't know who he is as a guy, and he's about doing it right, old school. Just it doesn't matter about the effort. This is the right way to do it. So get to work on it.
Right. And we will have an open at Good Guys Thursday. There's the tour from Nebraska. They're not Nebraska, but from Des Moines to Columbus. We're going to do at that afternoon have a open house.
Okay.
So it'll be
public invited to that?
Sure.
Awesome.
40 or 50 cars will be showing up anyway. So
if you got a cool hot rod, you're going to be in Columbus. Good Guys. Look up Garrett's Rod Shop and come out. What time do you think that event will start?
Probably like around 1 or 2 o'clock on Thursday before the kickoff.
All right. ScottieDTV will be there. Make sure you save me a spot. Tell the boys back at the shop they killed another one. And thanks so much for supporting what I do, brother.
Thank you.
So there you go, from the 2024 Pigeon Forge Rod Run, Garrett's Rod Shop in Columbus, Ohio, and the ScottieDTV Dirty Dozen, a very cool 1971 Chevelle, the Tennessee Stomper. Hope you all enjoyed it. See ya! Hey y'all, make sure you subscribe to this channel and visit ScottieDTV.com for an easy way to search the hundreds of videos I have posted. Either click the link in the description or the one at the end of this video.